I have suffered with my gut for years and years and years and years, and have done pretty much all the testing when I was in my kind of, so I'm 33 now, so in like my mid 20s. Then I just managed it myself. And then recently, in probably the last year, it has gotten significantly worse, to the stage where it was massively impacting like my everyday life. This is an example of the contrast of what I experience. So mine isn't just bloating, it's like real distension that happens. So it comes like the full way out. It isn't just feeling kind of groggy, it's like a painful pull from my inside is what it feels like. So it would go down when I'm asleep, but if I got triggered first thing in the morning, say with something I ate or whatever it was, I would have this belly for the entire day. As it got to the stage where it was all the time, like every single morsel of food that I put into my mouth was giving me the belly that I just showed you. So obviously then I'm big into fitness, training's a huge part of my life, and then this was happening to me, and I had went through a big cut, put all my efforts, everything into it, and it kept getting taken away from me because my body didn't look like how it should look, because over all the bloating and everything like that. So I had been recommended colonics before, and I was like, absolutely not. Never entertained the idea. I was like, that's not for me. That's something I do not want to do in my life. No, it was a hell no. Then things got really bad, and I was on here talking about it, and someone messaged me and was like, you need to go and get a colonic. Like, it was the best thing I've ever done, and told me all about her experience, and she was so open, and it was so lovely to be able to chat with someone who was like properly went through similar things and got this treatment done. So I went along for a consultation and was just instantly reassured. Now obviously I was still so fucking nervous. So lovely to deal with, they're so reassuring, and because I had said this before about it after my first one, because they're so blasé about it, it kind of makes you feel like what am I worrying about? Like, if this is so normal here, like what, you know what I mean? I was working myself up for no reason. And I was reassured at the consultation, but obviously my nerves were still there because I had never gotten it done before. I didn't know what was going to happen. I got into a stage where I was like, I will try anything. And I have done 3 in about 3 weeks, I think, about 3-4 weeks. And just the benefits have been like incredible, like everything. Like, I feel like I haven't got that distension in weeks. Now, disclaimer, I also have been taking the FemFuel's gut health, which I found really good, so I think that was a nice starting point. But for me, my stomach, or my bowels and everything like that, had gotten so toxic that nothing was going to be enough supplement wise. Like everything, the bloating, I feel how I'm digesting my food, my energy, my sleep, everything. Like everything has improved. How I go to the bathroom, like everything, I feel like it's just fallen into place. It's just been insane, like the difference. And I'm like, I was almost kicking myself that I wasn't going to do it, and now I've done it, and I'm just like, I see the light. Like, I feel like I'm like, I can't believe that. I'm so glad I took it into my own hands, because I was fucking suffering, like my mood, my energy, everything. Now I'm back road running. I've all this energy. I was over at the park at like fucking 9:30 the other night trying to burn off some of the energy. I was like, who am I? Like, who is this? So it's just been incredible. So how many sessions you get is kind of like based to the individual and things like that. At your consultation or at your first appointment, depending on if you decide to do a consultation, Caroline will be able to guide you on all of that anyway, because it is kind of like a staged process, is my understanding of it. So it does take some time to like reach your full bowel colon. So Caroline will be the one to kind of make that call on how many sessions you need. So it's kind of varies from person to person. Absolutely not. Like, it's definitely a mind over matter situation. Like, the first one is going to be uncomfortable because it's such a new experience, and you know, it's just so different. But like, Caroline is super reassuring, and it's very much more it came across to me more like a treatment than I probably was expecting. I think I expected it to be more like a procedure, but it's not. You know what I mean? They've made it as nice of an experience as it can be for what it is, kind of a thing. But no, it doesn't hurt. Like, it's slightly uncomfortable, but I did find my last one to be easier. My personal experience was after the first one, I noticed a difference. I don't know if I noticed benefits, but I noticed a difference. So I noticed my stomach was gurgling for like a good few days afterwards, which Caroline had told me was going to happen. But to me, I felt like I was switching on. Like, that's the gurgling that I felt like it was happening. I felt like something was happening, which, like, I felt like my gut was dead. You know what I mean? And I felt like it was like coming alive again. After the second one, I had really bad cramping, but then felt really good afterwards, like 2 days afterwards. And after this one, I'm like I feel like I'm wired of energy. So after every one, I noticed something, but I think after my last one, like, I'm flooded with energy, which is just so strange for me. And it would never turn me off. Like, it was only cramps. Like, it was just like really bad period cramps. But other than that, I've had zero side effects. It's only been benefits. It's just like a cleaner way of eating in the lead up before you get your first one done. And I think it's to eliminate, like, people eating takeaways, and red meat is obviously harder to digest and stuff like that. So it's like fish and soup and like soda bread and stuff like that. Like, it's totally like a normal way of eating. For me, I'm always in there probably, I'd say I'm probably getting treated for like 40 minutes maybe. Now, I've never actually timed it, but I think it's around 40 minutes. But I could be wrong. But like, you're chatting away inside there, like, you know what I mean? Aftercare wise, like, there's not a huge aftercare thing. Like, you can't have cold food for the remainder of the day that you get it done. And then, depending if you're crampy the next day, you avoid it that day as well, because your gut can go into spasm. But other than that, like, you take your probiotics every day and you start building back up your good bacteria. And then that's kind of it, really.